Welcome to Ruby Thursday. I'm Melissa Wanish. This is Ruby snack number 62, Add Additional Dependencies to Docker. I'm going to show you two ways to add these dependencies. The first way is to add software to the Docker file. An alternative would be to use a different image which includes those dependencies from the start. If you want to code along, you will need Docker and Docker Compose installed, plus a Rails app set up with Docker. You can check out these episodes in the series, Ruby snack number 59, 60, and 61. First up, we can just add the commands to the Docker file. As an example, I'm going to include Qt so that we can have Capybara WebKit. Taking directly from the Capybara WebKit wiki, we need to install libqt4dev and libqt webkit-dev. Because we are working on a Linux system, Docker is Linux. So I followed the directions for Ubuntu. I'm going to add these simply to the end of the list of the other dependencies that we need. Now, if you need to install something that is not packaged with apt-get, you can copy each command and add run before it. And remember to use the instructions for Ubuntu or Linux. The second way to do it is to use a pre-made Docker image. You can search on hub.docker.com, which requires a sign up. Look for images that have been downloaded numerous times and test drive it first. When I was looking for a couple of images, I picked a few that would not pull, so they weren't really well maintained. The one I'm going to show you, I was able to pull successfully, and that was by FX Poster, and he called it Qt-Ruby. So go ahead and try it out, pull it, make sure it pulls correctly, and then you can use that one. You add it to your Docker file by replacing whatever you had from, because that from is from whatever image you're using, and then you would put the new image in there. And then, of course, we need to add to our gem file, Capybara WebKit. In order to rebuild these containers, let's go ahead and bring it down, make sure it's down, and then Docker Compose build. And that will rebuild your image. Here we are in our example app, and see here, I'm just going to add those two software dependencies right there that we need to install in order to have Capybara WebKit. Now I'm going to the gem file and I'm going to put that under development and test. And I already had Capybara, so I'm just going to say WebKit, which will also continue to install Capybara as well. Opening up our terminal, I'm using an alias I put in the last episode. So I'll say DC down, and that runs. Now let's DC build. This does take a while, but you can see the new dependencies are going to be installed. And now I'll skip to the end after it's been bundled. And there were no errors when installing Capybara WebKit, so that's good. Now let me show you what happens when we use an image. So I've taken out those other dependencies, put in a different image. Now we'll open the command line again. And again, DC down, we want to take that down. Make sure it's all brand new, and then DC build. And this time you can see it's using an image, and we see the name of the image is different. So we know that's going to work. So again, I'm skipping to the end, and it happened successfully. So again, Capybara WebKit installed successfully. That's it for this Ruby snack. Short and sweet this week. If you are not already on my mailing list, head on over to rubythursday.com to sign on up. And if you are not subscribed on YouTube, click that big red ruby right there and you can check out those other videos in the series. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them on YouTube. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.